This is Garrett Fry, the 3D digital map painting sequence lead for the construction site sequence, and we're taking a look at shot 609. So let's go ahead and play that. So we're panning over from the left to the right in this big construction yard, and this is primarily they're working on this building over here, and this is kind of this dumping ground, I guess, for all of the equipment that they have. So a couple of things to consider in this is that there is some natural pathways that have been created by the vehicles that come in and out of here. And so it would be nice to preserve those if possible. And so to do that, you can kind of play hide and seek with the path. So if you are able to put something right here and then something right here, and then there's some lower things here and there, then what you're doing is it's kind of a hidden and found line for this path. And so if you're going to preserve, I mean, you don't have to in order to keep this shot looking nice. But if you were going to utilize what's in the plate, then you're going to want to give enough visual cues that says that this is a path back there. And so having it start over here and then have a little bit here and have a little bit here and have a little bit here makes a lot of sense visually. Something also to consider is that this is a pretty rainy time of day, and so like it's been raining for a couple of hours or so, and since then it's stopped, and so we have some pooling of water here and there. You can see that there's some objects in the scene that just look a little bit shiny, like maybe they have a little bit of water on them, and there's some kind of discoloration. So you can see this patch right here looks a little bit drier than this patch right here. And so when you're putting things into your scene, you're going to want to make them look wet. So if that means that you are using wood or some kind of metallic surface or something that that it has kind of a feeling of wetness. So the wood is going to take a lot longer to dry, and it's going to be wet around the edges and where there's creases. So if you've got a stack of wood right here, then you're going to see some pooling of water underneath, some of the pieces of wood, or where they're kind of sitting on top of each other. If you're going to see some stuff on some metal machinery, then you're going to get maybe just a little bit of pooling water up at top of these things and get a little bit of a specular highlight off of some of those shines. And the great thing is that you can use all of this stuff in the plate as reference, and you can even actually just grab pieces of that if it has a really nice specular highlight and stick it on top of some of the objects that you're going to be placing in. But anyways, you really want to be able to fill this area with some really nice construction pieces. The stuff in the back here you can fill with more buildings that are under construction. In the photo library, there's a bunch of buildings that are under construction, and so you can find something back there that would feel appropriate. and then if you didn't want to worry about the integration of your building into the ground, then you can just put something in front of it that would hide that integration. Before you jump into your shot, it's a good idea to review the library of construction site materials. Do a bunch of quick matte painting tests by dragging photos into your shot and doing quick integrations. You will soon be able to discern the appropriate reference you should use for your shot.